What's up, ladies? Joshua100 here, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be making an updated video on one of my most popular videos I ever made to this channel. And that video is how to make the best stamina type Beyblade. So little changes from that old video that I made in about 2013 to this video that I'm making in 2021. First change, the most obvious change, when I made that video, I really didn't know too much about competitive combo making. And you know, through the years, after research and my passion for Beyblade, I do know a lot more now. So this video is going to be more accurate than the one you probably saw me make back in the day. Another big difference is that video had 0G included. So unfortunately for I don't have that much 0G that I used to back in the day. I sold a lot of my collection. So therefore this video is going to be Metal Fight Beyblade only, including parts, you know? I'm not just saying there's no Synchrome combos that I'm going to be showing you. I'm saying even the parts that I will be showing right now are only found in Metal Fight Beyblade. And even though 0G is kind of technically part of Metal Fight Beyblade, what I mean by that is the first 3 seasons: Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, and Metal Fury. So before I go into all these parts, I kind of just want to talk about how you can make the best stamina type Beyblade. So let's talk about that first. The goal of a good stamina type combo is to obviously be the one spinning the longest. Things that matter in that is having like a light combo. So you don't want something too heavy like Basalt or Twisted or even like Diablo. Like you don't want anything too heavy because yeah, that's good for defense, but when it comes to spinning the longest, it's not really you know, your specialty over there. So you want a light combo. Second in that, actually before I move on, that also goes for the energy rings, and it goes for even the Facebolts. So as you can see, this is a metal face feather, which yeah, is the lightest Facebolt in the game. And yes, that does even make a difference. Even if it's the slightest bit of difference, it still makes a difference. So yeah, so that's going in about that. Next, I want to move on to the spin tracks. You know, when you make attack types, you want like something low, like a small spin track, so that you can get really good attack power. And when it comes to defense type spin tracks, you kind of want something a lot taller, or even something medium / tall, so that, you know, you're not being pushed back and attacked as much. When it comes to stamina types though, it's very similar to defense types. You want something that is kind of taller, but also something that's gonna have perfect balance. If you have a very tall spin track but your combo is off balanced, that is not going to work. So, you know, good examples of that would be something like this height, BD, bearing drive, and even 230 is very useful for these kind of combos. So yeah, I kind of split up the section into the God kind of tier and some other alternatives on this side. So let's get into Facebolts. Like I said, metal face feather is obviously going to be your best bet, mainly because it is the lightest and it provides good for stamina type combos. Don't really need to talk too much about that, but here's the metal face feather, and yeah, pretty much an essential for every stamina type combo that you want to make. But if you don't have it, regular Facebolt will do fine. Now let's talk about energy rings. For energy rings, you do want something that is going to be light, yet like very light, and you can check the weights on the Beyblade wiki for all the energy rings. So yeah, something light, but also something circular. And the best stamina type energy ring is Cancer or Gasher. I don't remember how much it weighs, but I know that it is very light, and I know that when you put it on a good combo like Duo, it spins for a very long time, and it is the best stamina type energy ring to put on any stamina type combo. So there we have Cancer. Next up in the God tier, we do have alternatives for Cancer. Oh, I dropped that. We have 2 alternatives if you don't have Cancer. The first one is Cygnus. Some people prefer Cygnus over Cancer actually. Again, very round, very circular, and very light. And the second alternative for Cancer, if you don't have Cancer or Cygnus, is Hades. And again, I'm gonna say it, very round, very circular, and very light. So this provides very, very good for stamina type combos. Now let's look at some alternatives when it comes to energy rings. We're gonna move on to the right side a little bit. Here we have Libra. Now in the anime, they do, not everything works the same way it does in reality when it comes to the anime, but Libra does provide a good alternative. It is light, and yeah, it's pretty circular, so this is very good. Another one, people like to use this for attack type combos, but because of how light it is and not too heavy, I do think that it can provide both for attack type and for stamina type combos. Right here we have Orion. Next up on that, we have Uranus. Again, was put on the best stamina type Beyblade, one of the best, Duo Uranus. It is very small, it's not very wide, and therefore provides a good weight for stamina type combos. Only thing is, it's just not circular as much, so might be a little wobbly, but you gotta be careful when you're using this. And another alternative, again, provides it's kind of circular, but also has little jagged edges, so you wanna be careful, make sure that you're putting it on a combo that it can be balanced on. But yeah, here's Eagle. Again, very good shape for stamina types. You just got to be careful that it's with the right combo. And the final energy ring I have to show you guys is Basalt, or not Basalt, Herogium or Tempo for my Hasbro heads. Very circular. I don't know the weight of this, but because of how circular it is, it will provide very good balance when it comes to attack type combos. So this is definitely a good one. Now let's move on to the fusion wheels. We're gonna go to the God tier, and I'm gonna show you the best, no debate, no question about it, the best stamina type fusion wheel for any stamina combo. And this is Duo, in stamina mode, of course. Now the reason that this is the best is because not only is it not extremely heavy like Basalt, it takes a kind of Basalt type shape. It's very circular like Basalt, but the thing is, Basalt is very heavy. This is a lot thinner, and this is more smoother. It doesn't have any ragged edges or anything popping out on the side. A lot smoother than Basalt. And it's not as heavy. It provides the perfect combo of balance, weight, and circular features to make the perfect stamina type Beyblade. So again, this is one that I didn't have in my old video, but I have now, and I'm definitely going to be showing you. Duo, the best. And a good alternative for Duo is Phantom. Phantom is also very good because, it's not as circular as Duo, since, it has its attack mode here with some grooves, but it doesn't have any metal in the middle, which provides a very good weight for stamina type combos. And also, if you do it with the perfect combo, it can provide very good balance and stability. So here's Phantom, a very good alternative for Duo. So those are the two wheels that I have in the God tier, pretty much best stamina type wheels that I have in my possession. Not the best of all time, because I obviously don't have every single Beyblade, but in my possession. Next one that I want to show would definitely be this man over here, Scythe. It is pretty good because, again, it's not something too heavy, very circular over here. And not too thick either, and its frame over here actually is free spinning when you put it on any combo, so it does provide pretty good stuff when you put it over here. So yeah, not too heavy, pretty circular, pretty good overall stamina type wheel. The next one I want to show is Christ. Now, Christ, there's a little controversy about it being good for stamina or not, but in my opinion, I think it is, because even though it's not a full circle, it does have a kind of circular shape. There's not too many jagged edges coming out. And for another thing, it spins, so when you're attacking it, it's not taking all of that attack at once. It does spin to an extent, which is pretty good for stamina type combos. So that's what we have over there. Okay, and moving on to our next fusion wheel that is in the alternative side, the right side, we have Thermal. So we're kind of done showing, I'm kind of done showing the 4D metal wheels. We're now moving on to some alternatives that are in Metal Fusion and Metal Master. So this is thermal. And the reason thermal is good is mainly because of, you know, it's not like something thick. It's not something like too huge. But it does have really good soft circular things around its wheel, so that makes it very good for stamina. Also the fact that it's not something too heavy, so this is a good alternative. Next wheel that is up here is Burn. Now Burn, actually I'll show them together. Burn and Eagle are the next two, and the reason that these are good is because they're not too heavy. Both of them, they're not too heavy, but they have the right amount of weight to them that provide a good stability. Very balanced. If you do it with the right combo, shouldn't be too hard because of how good the wheels are. They're let's talk about Burn for a little bit. Even though there are grooves over here, the shape of it is like more circular than groovy, so it is best for something like stamina. And same thing for Earth. Even though there are little gaps over here, they don't really matter much when it's in battle. This is good for defense too, but I wouldn't sleep on it for stamina type combos. And the final wheel, kind of an energy ring and wheel in one, if I would say, is Meteor. So Meteor is Meteor Drago, I would have to say, because it's both of them. If I had Meteor Drago Absorb, that would be over here, but I don't. I only have regular Meteor Drago. But yeah, this is good for stamina because of one reason. It is the only El Drago that can spin steel, like actually spin steel. All the other ones try to. I know Lightning El Drago can't really spin steel, and El Drago Destroy and El Drago Guardian can, but barely, like to a very small extent. But Meteor Drago can spin steel like a lot. You can just leave a combo with this Beyblade sitting in the stadium and launch a Beyblade at it, and it will start getting spin, which is insane. But yeah, the reason for that is because of the rubber. Now, even though there are grooves over here and it is used as an attack type Beyblade, it's very good for stamina if you put the right combo to it. And I must also mention it has to be in absorb mode, because if you put it in its other mode, which is attack mode, I believe, and you look at it, you now have the metal that's coming out. But in absorb mode, that metal is covered and it's literally only rubber that is being used. Very good for spin stealing and very good for staying longest in the stadium, which is what stamina types are meant to do. So let's move on to the tracks / drives. And you know what? There's only one drive. Again, we're gonna start on the God tier, kind of the best of the best, which I have on the left side. There's only one drive that made it to the cut, and that is, of course, you guessed it, bearing drive. Now, my bearing drive is very used, very old, very beat, but usually when you spin it, it is free spinning for a long time, and that free spinning capability is what makes it so good for stamina. The fact that, you know, it's also like very like round, it's kind of like a WD, it's actually like a BWD, because of how big it is, but because of that slope like this, it makes it very good for life after death. Good combo. I was just talking about Meteor Drago. You put BD on Meteor Drago and that's very good combo. But yeah, regardless, BD has very good capabilities for stamina. It spins very, very long, and that's pretty much what you need for a combo like that. And now we have the one and only 230. Now, 230 is a very, very good spin track for stamina type combos, mainly because it can, if it is a combo that has good balance, because, you know, some wheels and some tips don't work with what's it called, with 230, because, you know, if it's unbalanced, then it's going to actually backfire on you. But a good combo, something like, I don't know, Duo Hades 230 metal ball, like that's something that has very good balance, and 230 provides extra stamina because of how high it is. It doesn't allow some bays to actually clash on with it head on, which provides more stamina at the end. So 230 is very good. And next, pretty much exactly like why I was saying 230 is good, you have TH170, which is kind of in the middle, which is actually good for stamina type Beyblades. You don't want something too big like 230, only in special cases like I was explaining, or something too small because, you know, that's more of like an attack type trait. Having small spin tracks is better for attack, but something like right in the middle, like TH170, is very good. You don't even need to put it all the way up to its maximum height of, as I think the maximum it goes to is 220. You don't even have to do that. Just keeping it at 170 is a perfect height for something like stamina. And those are all the tracks, spin tracks and drives that I have on the left side. So over here, let's go to some good alternatives. This is ED145, I believe. And the reason it's good is this free spinning part of it. I mean, 145 is a good height anyways for something stamina, but this free spinning track, if you do have something small, maybe a potential attack type, it will, to an extent, not as crazy as it is in the anime, but to an extent, it will clash on with this track, and that will result in it moving and not doing as much damage as it would to the bay itself on the fusion wheel. So this is good. And just like I was explaining how 145 is a good height, we have 145 right here. Another good alternative if you don't have any of these other tracks for a standard regular stamina type Beyblade. We have 145. And now moving to the performance tips. Let's start out with Metal Ball. Metal Ball is very good. Mine is kind of beat, so it isn't like full Metal Ball. It's kind of like worn down a little bit, which is weird because it's metal, but yeah, it is still worn down a little bit. But when Metal Ball isn't as worn down like mine is, it has the capability of just sitting in the center of the stadium and has very, very good stability. Very long performing capabilities with this in battle. So this is a good one. My preferred out of the tips that I'm going to show you. Second, we have ES, or Eternal Sharp, and the reason this is good is because this is actually free spinning in here, and that free spinning capability allows it to spin for a very long time. When again paired up with a good fusion wheel and a good combo, this can provide you with a lot of extra life and stamina in combos. And of course, could not fail to mention WD. Now, I did put this in the kind of God kind of thing over here, the God category, mainly because it's very easy to get and it's very good if you do it with the right combo. Again, it's not the preferred, but it is very good because of how wide it is, and again, it has to be like new. Mine is a little bit beat, but it's not as beat as my other WDs are. But when it's like something new and it's very sharp, it has a good capability of just, you know, sitting in the center and, you know, being stable. So, yeah. And now let's go on to the alternatives. Right here, we have MS, or Metal Sharp. Very good because it provides that pointy little feature that all stamina types really depend on when they make their combo. And it's also metal. It's not like a regular sharp, it's metal, which provides it with even more stability. It's not going to wear down as easily, so very good. Second one that I would want to mention is regular Sharp. I believe this is Sharp. Yeah, so Sharp is also very good. Same reason as Metal Sharp. Oh, I dropped it. Same reason as Metal Sharp because, like I said, it has a spiky little thing and it provides good stability. Obviously, I prefer Metal Sharp over regular Sharp, but if you don't have that, this is a good alternative. Now we have EDS. EDS, Eternal Defense Sharp, is very good. As you can see, mine is very, very beat down. But when yours is not beat down and it actually has capability of spinning like this, it can be very good for stamina. Again, just like Eternal Sharp over here that I was talking about, this free spinning part provides a lot of extra time and stamina in a Beyblade combo. So again, it has a good defensive tip, but it's also free spinning. So it's kind of like EWD, but like a D version of EWD. So pretty nice. And could not mention, we had WD over there. Another good alternative is just regular D, regular defense. So you know, I'm not going to talk too much about this. You kind of get the point why this would be good. And the final performance tip that I would want to talk about is rubber sharp. Rubber sharp, when it's not worn down, provides, again, very good stability and little extra time than some of the other tips that I was showing you when it's not worn down, because it is rubber. So yeah, very good potential to just sit in the stadium and just keep spinning. It's very good. So yeah, that almost wraps up this video, but there is one other thing that I would like to talk about. Since I explained in the beginning of the video that I don't have 0G parts on me, and actually there are other parts that I don't have on me either that are like that need to be mentioned, because I want to give you my full knowledge, and even though I don't own these bays or parts, I still would want to give you this knowledge. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you some spin tracks that are worth, that are some honorable mentions that are gonna be good. W145, pretty much the same reason that 145 or ED145 are mentioned. Pretty much the same exact reason. 145 is a good height for stamina type combos, and yeah, W145 is no exception. Then we have 160. 160 is very good. It's the same reason why TH170 is good, because it's right in the middle of a really tall spin track and a really small one. It's literally right in the middle, and it does most of the time provide very good balance in combos. So 160, I used to have one before I sold most of my collection, but 160 was another very good one that I used to use in a lot of my stamina combos. And we have SA165. This is a 0G part, again, another one that I used to have, and this is the same thing that I was saying, perfect height, 165, right in the middle of very big and very small. But SA165 was actually preferred by a lot of competitive bladers in stamina type combos, mainly because of its little armor kind of thing, and how defensive it can actually be when you're using it properly. So SA165 is definitely a good honorable mention. And the final spin track that I want to talk about is SR200, another 0G spin track. If you watched my first video, I actually had that part in that video. It provides like very good height. It's not something too tall, but not something too small either. And it's actually called Stamina Ring 200. It has the perfect balance. Everything is balanced in that spin track, and if you pair it up with a good combo, it can provide very good results for stamina. So now let me just mention two performance tips that I don't have but are definitely worth mentioning. First one is TB, Twin Ball. Twin Ball is very good for life after death combos because of its shape, and it has like a spike kind of like over there. Like it's still a ball, but it has like sort of a spike. So it's not gonna move around too much, and it's very stable if you're using it with the right combo. And the last performance tip that I want to mention that, in my opinion, out of everything I showed you, is the best stamina type performance tip. And I'm very sad that I don't own it because of how competitive it is. But that tip is EWD, Eternal Wide Defense, I believe that's what it stands for. And we saw this on Evil Befall. We even saw it released on Nightmare Rex in the Strongest Blader set. But EWD is the best stamina type performance tip in my opinion. And the reason for that is, again, like I was saying with ES and EDS, the reason for that is because of its eternal center. It's free spinning in the center, but on the outside it's wide, which EDS and ES do not have. Because it's wide, it provides good life after death kind of capability. So if you're running out of stamina, you can get a few more rotations with the tip like that. And before I go, I want to mention 5 of the best 0G chrome wheels, in my opinion, for 0G type combinations. Again, sorry that I don't have any 0G on me, but if I did, these 5 would definitely be mentioned. And the first one, gotta tell you, in my opinion, the best, and for obvious reasons, is Dragoon. And the reason for this is because it is left spin. You're gonna make a left spin type combo, then you obviously know that you'll be able to steal some sort of spin to an extent, which is something very key in stamina type combos, and it also has a good amount of weight to it, very balanced. Next one that I would want to mention is Genbul. Genbul is very circular, and Again, very good weight that it has, and good combo itself is just Genbo. I mean, it literally just has like an outside that is very circular that can provide very good for stamina. Next one that I would want to mention is Revisor and Killer Ken. I'm gonna say these two together because that combo is very good for stamina. Revisor Killer Ken or Killer Ken Revisor. And the reason for this is because Revisor and Killer Ken both have very circular chrome wheels, and they both have a good amount of weight to them too. So it's not like something very light, because sometimes something very light isn't very good for a chrome wheel either. You do need something that has the perfect balance so that it can spin with the proper combo. So Revisor and Killer Ken are both very good stamina type chrome wheels. And the final chrome wheel that I have to mention, one of my favorite ones actually, is Garago. And Garago, again, has a circular type chrome wheel, but it also has a little bit of grooves on the top and bottom of the chrome wheel, which if you put it with something very good, like a good combo, an example would be like SR200 EWD, that combo, like let's say Killer Ken Dragoon SR200 EWD, something like that would provide very good stamina and balance for a stamina type combo. Most of the chrome wheels that I just listed are good with Dragoon, except I would say Genbo. Genbo can be good just by Genbo, but the rest of them I would definitely pair up with Dragoon. Also, Revisor Killer Ken doesn't have to be with Dragoon, but the rest of them I recommend using with Dragoon, because Dragoon is very like good to match up with any kind of chrome wheel. It doesn't have like a set pair that it has to go with, and it provides left spin, and the other chrome wheel that you pair it with can provide that stamina and balance to it. So guys, that was a long video. I mean, I'm like kind of exhausted going through that, but you know what? While I'm doing my outro, let me just make a good combo for you guys. But yeah, you know, for real though, this is a good video, and if you want to save it for any tournaments or anything, you're just wondering how to make the best stamina type combo, hopefully that this video helped, because I tried to help you with whatever I had and didn't have in my possession. But regardless, I just hope that this video could provide you with some more insight and some more knowledge. If you do want more and feel like my advice and my knowledge wasn't enough for you, you can feel free to go on the World Beyblade organization. They're filled with competitive bladers, and you should be able to find a thread on there that will be able to help you out. But real quick before I go, here's a nice stamina type combo: Metal Face Feather, Duo Hades 230 Metal Ball. So again, if I had my stadium on me, I would do a quick battle with this, but I think this video is getting kind of long now. So at that, I'm kind of just going to do my outro. So yeah, you know, I do have more competitive videos like this. Just check my channel or check my playlist. But anyways, please don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and share. But most importantly, please subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. Peace out, guys.